Hey guys, we're coming to you from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania today. We just got through speaking last night and this morning at the Pennsylvania Young Ag Professionals Conference that they had in State College, which is where Penn State is. And I got to do the devotional this morning. They asked me if I would do that, and I shared for about 25 or 30 minutes this morning about my favorite stories in the Bible, and kind of landed on this last one here, and I thought, man, this makes a good little quick capsule sermon that we can go through. So just for reference, we're going to be in 2 Kings chapter 6. I'm going to read verses 14 through 17 to you, and then I'm going to kind of break it down to you and show you how I apply it to our daily life. So 2 Kings chapter 6 verse 14 says, Therefore, let me kind of set the stage here. The king of Syria is trying to run down and attack the nation of Israel, the Israeli army. And what's happening is every time he's in his bed or in his chambers thinking about what he wants to do, well, then an angel of God tells Elijah and says, hey, this is what's going to happen. Elijah relays it to the king of Israel, and the king of Syria can't get a hold of him, can't track him down and run him down to attack him. The king of Syria calls his guys to him and says, hey, what's going on? We got a spy among us. Who is it? And they say, no, man, we ain't got no spy. What it is Elijah figures it out, and he tells Israel, and then we can't get him. He says, well, send an army after Elijah and bring him back to me. And this is where we're going to pick up. 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 14. Therefore, he sent horses and chariots and a great army there, and they came by night and surrounded the city. This is where Elijah's at. And when the servant of the man of God arose early and went out, there was an army surrounding the city with horses and chariots. And his servant said to him, Alas, my master, what shall we do? So Elijah's servant gets up the next morning, goes outside, and when he walks outside, they're just surrounded by an army, chariots and horses. I mean, not just a couple of guys they sent after Elijah. They sent an army after him to catch him, bring him back to the king of Syria. And here's what Elijah says to him. He says, Elijah answered, Do not fear, for those who are with us are more than those who are with them. And Elijah prayed and said, Lord, I pray, open his eyes that he may see. Then the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elijah. I kept saying Elijah, it's Elisha with the SH. So what I get out of that, guys, what I imagine is this servant goes outside, he sees this army, kind of surrounding the town that they're in, all around the outside of the camp there, and he's scared to death. And he comes in, Elijah's in there eating his breakfast, doing whatever he's doing in there, and he says, hey, don't worry about it. There ain't as many of them as the people we got helping us. And this servant's like, man, I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't see anybody but me and you, and maybe this guy that we're staying with that's been nice to us and let us stay here, but what are we going to do? And Elijah says, pray. He said, Lord, open his eyes, let him see what I'm talking about. And they look back out, and all around the mountains, all around surrounding this town, is the Lord's army standing there. And that's not that break. So anyways, so they're surrounded. The army that's surrounding them is surrounded by another army. It's kind of like a Mexican standoff or something going on right here. But it's really awesome, because what I take from that, what I gather from that is, we don't always see what God's doing in the background to protect us and keep us safe. And sometimes us not seeing what's there is good, because it might frighten us, but also we don't always understand what's going on and why things are happening the way they are, but we can understand that God is always there and God's always protecting us. So just something, little food for thought there, guys. Hope y'all have a good day. Thank y'all for joining us. Remember, I love you. God bless you. And y'all keep praying.